Hey, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. This is Blade Junkie, and I've got a new Lego thing, as you can probably tell by the title of this video. So I thought I'd show that to you. Uh, so I'm in a different room today. Uh, just so you know, if you notice, whatever. If you don't, I don't really care. But that's not what it's about anyway. So I don't really know exactly how good the quality on this camera is right now. And I also don't really know about lighting, so lighting might be crud. Anyway, the latest thing that I've made is sort of a hot rod, and the bumper is one thing I don't like. It's kind of a large vehicle, doesn't have a whole lot of functions, but it is kind of new for me. So I did want to show it to you guys, or save it so I could see later, but you know, because that's what it usually is, really. So let's see if I can mount this sort of in such a way that y'all can see. No, not quite. Well, okay. So this is the vehicle, and see the bumper makes it look a little strange because it's on a really steep angle. If it were right there, it would be flat with the ground. You can see I've got my largest tires on it. Um, so yeah, not that makes a big difference, but whatever. Anyway, the largest tires, largest wheels, whatever, that I own. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, so I think that's cool. Um, anyway, let's see. I don't know what to show you guys first. So, or what to show myself first, as I was just saying. It's not really for you guys. It's more for me to keep a document of my stuff. So anyway, this is why the bumper looks a little funky. Well, for one, it's on a funky angle, and I can't figure out why that is. Oh wait, maybe it's got something to do with. No, obviously not. Ah, that's a gnarly looking camera angle, isn't it? Ooh. But anyway, I actually don't know. Maybe that's not odd. No, I don't think that is odd. I actually think that that's about right. It's strange looking, but that's generally, I think that is the way it's supposed to be on there. I could be wrong. No, I can't. I made it. I shouldn't be wrong. But it does look a little strange. I do notice that. I don't know why that is. Oh, wait, I've just found out why that is. There, now it looks better. Yeah. Non-functional headlights for here, here, here. Good spread. Blinkers, indicators, whatever you want to call them, also non-functional. Over here, that's the front of the vehicle. This would be the symbol of the car maker. You can see it's a one-seater with a scoop that's got an external duct putting in the engine. You can see the receiver here. It uses standard battery box, which I can show you. You can also see here that it's got a cage sort of thing going on. Big, huge bumper. Nice gray wheels to match the cage. The cage is also here in the cab area. It does have a cage there. It's just, yeah, so that's neat. And it's got a seat and it's got a wheel. You probably can't see that wheel very well, but you will eventually see the wheel a bit better. But you can see it's got a windshield there. Sort of a dashboard thing, nothing really on it, but whatever. These nice wide flares at the back for the wheels that kind of taper down various locations. Not smooth, but it's Technic. That's the thing with me, is that I like to use mostly Technic. You can see the reverse lights, the indicator, and the brake light. There is no center brake light. I probably should have had something in this area that would have had that, but I don't. But that's a spoiler. Obviously, it's a Lego thing, so it doesn't do a lot. The battery, turn it on, somewhat easily accessed. But before I do that, let me show you the rest of the vehicle. Just kind of rotate around the vehicle here. You know what? Actually, if I'm going to do that, and I am, I would like to do it on the floor. So, set my camera down there for a moment. Go run over all my stuff. Alright, so let's see. Here we go. That'll have to do, I guess. Alright, so here we are. So, right side up. Yeah, I think so. So, there's the vehicle. Um, Not bad, really. You can see based on the size of my foot there how big it is. That doesn't tell you a lot because you don't know how big my foot is, but whatever. Nice little white stripe there. And that's pretty much the whole thing. So, we move the camera back here so that I can show you the vehicle. Alrighty then. Here we are. Okay, come on now. Alright, yeah, just in case you're wondering, this is sort of my game room area. It's got all my stuff, my HPI stuff there, my, whatever you call that thing, my Air Ranger swimming dealie. All my video games, my Xbox 360. Yes, I'm a fan of Microsoft's Xbox 360 console, and most specifically, the Halo games. My nice 37-inch TV, my RC stuff. I would usually have my truck there, my Rally Monster, but there's being work done on it. All the little Lego stuff. Closet where I keep my Legos and various files and stuff for things, and then guest bed with my controllers for all my stuff, one of which is a keyboard. You'll see that's because I have that TV is a Google TV. That was done by the Logitech review, so that's cool. But anyway, moving along to the more important things, or maybe less important, but more important for this, more on topic. So, you'll see here, it's got a nice little white stripe going on there, sort of cool. And yeah, that's neat. And then this above here, in front of the spoiler, these little pegs flip out, and then you'll see that it drops back and lowers the bumper and the rear portion of the vehicle, which gives access to the battery box. Flip the switch, pull it back up. You can still see the light there. And just flip the little pegs back in place to hold it. And yeah, so that worked out nicely. So this is a cool chassis for me. It's kind of different. It's a four-wheel drive, but it looks like a hot rod, so it's somewhat well concealed and stuff. See the remote over there. I have completely dismantled my truck. It was the Epic 4x4, the Epic 6x6, then the Epic 8x8. If you haven't seen those videos, check out my channel and take a look at those things. They're pretty sweet. So I would like to show you the bottom of the vehicle. Right here. It's very heavily made, very strong chassis. So all-wheel drive, independent drive, and direct drive with medium motors. There are 5 medium motors in this vehicle. 4, one for each wheel, and one for the steering. It's well plated on the bottom so nothing gets in it. So that's cool. Direct drive, very fast, but it does have those little pegs there, these little holes here for optional upgrade to lower gears, which would give it better off-road ability, but it would widen the chassis, which doesn't look very good here. See the Technic label there. In fact, I can show you how that battery box thing works when it drops. it just slides like that over those pegs. So it really doesn't open that much, but it opens enough to access it. I'm not going to show you how to get the battery box out because that's one of those things. It's like servicing your car. That's like the equivalent of getting your engine replaced for this thing. So, you know, that's not easy. And if you don't know, now you know that isn't easy. So anyway, yeah, nice strong chassis all along here. And then steering is only in the front with this because it would look strange to have a hot rod that had four-wheel steering. Or so I would consider it would be odd. Here's a controller. You can see that it's steering there. So that's cool. The steering works quite well. I'd say it's reasonably tight for a vehicle of its size and independent drive. It's really quite decent. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty good there. And yeah, so that's neat. But I will, you know what? I'm gonna leave it on for this next part actually. Yep, you're not looking at the computer. It's not where you're supposed to be looking. All right, so you unplug this hose here, and then pull up on this, and do the same on the opposing side. Click them out, and then pull up. Hose comes out, stays on there. This is what the hood looks like underneath or on the inside, if you like to call it that. You can see the window comes off with it. Brings a couple of little white stripe pieces off. Everything there, so that comes off pretty well. And that gives you look under the hood. And this is based on an old chassis that I showed in a video. It's the Fast 4x4 chassis. And if I take the cage, or not the cage, let's just say the roof. And that reminds me. I'm gonna get rid of that antenna actually because it's not really supposed to be there. So you take the roof off, and there's a little compartment here, and that's where you put the roof. So the roof just goes in there, close that up. Now it's just a convertible sort of thing. But anyway, if you look here, you see that the steering wheel turns when the wheels do. So, and if you're wondering, it does turn the correct direction. I guess you can see that it doesn't really look like it does from there, but if I were to turn it around, like so, you can kind of see in there a little bit more. Probably not very well. No, I can tell already that it's not a very decent view. That's left and right. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then it just does that because of the motor loosening up a little bit, and it releases the gears, and the gears take advantage of the slop, or, you know, slack in the system. So yeah, pretty awesome, and equally simple. This is what it looks like here. As you can see, the motor located in the front here. See, it's mounted facing that away, so the cord comes out over here, runs through this thing, which is actually one of the moving parts that it moves through, and then it goes underneath the vehicle. And underneath the vehicle, you can't really see it, but you can kind of see that the wires that go through there. So when it turns, the wires have to have enough room to move. So I did make sure to leave room for that. It does have an interesting mechanism, though. If you haven't seen it, I advise you watch the Fast 4x4 video. Because if you watch, when I steer, it's got a rack and pinion system right there. So it goes from the motor into a gear, which goes into this other gear. I don't know the ratio right now, so screw that. Then into just another gear, and then into the rack. I don't know what those gears are exactly. I haven't really been using numbers for that for my life, so now is not really the time for me to start, in my opinion. So someday maybe, but not now. So anyway, and then the rack here moves forward and backward, and you'll see it push that red peg And then that red peg is hooked to the blue portion, which the wire slides through. And you can see that it's just a lever, really, or a lever, depending on how you prefer to say it. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. It's got this little brace to hold the hood up a little better, because it's a heavy hood with all this gear up front there that holds the bumper in the proper position. So anyway, that's the gnarly steering system. And you can see that it's got another gear on the opposing side, or maybe you can't see that, but right here, it's a black one, and that goes directly to the wheel, and that just so happens to work out the way that I planned it. It gives a perfect angle for that, so that it actually does steer left and right with the steering wheel appropriately, so that's awesome. No return to center steering, but it is kind of a slow system, so, I mean, it looks fast, but it's a slow system when it's on the move. It kind of uses its own force against itself to straighten the wheels out. But yeah, so that's under the hood. So, pretty simple, pretty cool, though. And this next part's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to put the hood back on. And there we go. So, that's pretty cool, simple sort of thing. So, you know, neat. But anyway, as I said, four-wheel drive. I can demonstrate that as well in a couple ways. Here we are. Let's see. It's heavy, by the way. Turn it around here. There we go. And in order to get all the motors to go the right way, I had to use two switches inside of this. Or no, I didn't. I had to use one switch with two motors hooked up to it. So two motors from one side were put through a switch and then connected to the receiver. So that's how that works, just for any of you that are wondering. I can't demonstrate that really because it's underneath this whole thing, which is in this one not easy to take off because I just didn't want it to be. It doesn't need to be. I can explain it. I don't have to show it too. But anyway, that's that, and I will show you how quick it is because it looks quick. I can realize how it looks quick. So I'll show you how it is quick, sort of. It has very, very poor acceleration, though. I must warn you of that much. Can't really focus on it very well. Crap! Yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's it's okay. It's not the fastest thing I've made, but it's quick. I have definitely made faster things than this. I've made a tank actually that did about the same speed, but it just had very poor grip. So it had really good acceleration, but really, really poor launch. So you know that sucked a little bit. But anyway, just undo those pegs, let the bumper fall, and then turn it off. Push the bumper back up, and then put the pegs back in. And open up the compartment and remove the roof portion of the vehicle and put it back on there. And I can show you there are cords inside of that compartment, wires and such from rear motors and stuff, and the receiver might actually have a couple wires back there, a couple loops in its wire. But anyway, that's that. So newest creation, pretty awesome. Don't really know what to call it, sort of like a hot rod. But anyway, yeah, so sort of like an apocalypse hot rod, I guess. But anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching. This, I guess this is it. So this is the end of this video. I don't know what I will be doing next, but anyway, this is Blade Junkie signing off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. See you later. Wow, did you hear me screw that up? Anyway, as I was saying, this is Blade Junkie signing off. See you guys later. Thanks.